This is Jared Barnick with assignment number 3, and let's go over a few of the details. I am going to use the source code from the previous assignment. I'm going to start out by adding a UI, and let me go ahead and start by showing you some of the UI I created. I created a main view and a bunch of helper UIs. And I'll go ahead and let you look at the code if you want to, and I'll just run this and show you what the UI looks like. It's kind of simple and rudimentary. You can log in with any user, but if you use admin, you will have all the permissions. And you can click on the people and it will create a list of people for you to look at. You can look at these, you can delete a person, and you can go ahead and add a person. And you can add them, click save, and that person is now added to the list. So that's pretty much what we were trying to get done. It should have added that person to our XML as well. And sure enough, here's our new John Doe user. And some of the stuff from the previous assignment still working. We're still encrypting the names. Alright, for number 3, you wanted me to refactor my aspects into generalization hierarchies and improve the reuse of point cuts, advice, aspect and data members, or aspect methods. I went through mine. I didn't really find anything to change or update. I think I had kind of done that already between assignments 1 and 2, and I had mine nice and cleaned up. So I didn't find anything to do there. So let's go to assignment 4. We needed to create a declare warning and a declare error statement. I just picked one thing for declare warning and one thing for declare error. And I'm going to go ahead and show those to you. Alright, one of the things I wanted to provide a warning on, because I was making this mistake myself, is I had created a main view object that switches panels by setting the view, which takes in a view base, which is a JPanel. It's just a class that inherits JPanel. And so anytime the view changes, you should use setView, but I found myself kind of redoing some of this stuff in some of these other view classes. Instead of just calling the setView function that I have here, I would redo it. And I thought, if I'm making this mistake, maybe that should be something I should provide a warning on. Now obviously in this class, I'm going to have to create some initial things, and I'm going to have the add in this class. For example, here I'm adding the main panel, and I'm going to, so what I wanted to do is, if I had an add outside of main view, but if I had a main view.add being called from anywhere outside of main view, I wanted to throw up a warning. So I went here to my aspects and I created an enforced design aspect. And anytime I called main view.add, I created a point cut on that, and then I put an around on it that I would just warning. I could have done it before and after. It really didn't matter which one I chose. And I was considering maybe in the future I could actually change it from an add to a set, which is why I chose around. But it didn't really matter just for logging this warning right here. Okay, and the second one the enforce no spaces. This is the second thing I wanted to enforce. Let me go show you my permissions object. In a permission object, I take in a field name right here. And I want to enforce that this field name has no spaces. And I could have done that in the class, but I decided to enforce that with an aspect. And so I created an aspect, and here I have it anytime we call set field name. Then I have an around where I check if it has a space or not. If it does have a space, I log an error and I throw a exception with that error saying failure, field name cannot contain white space. Otherwise, if there's no space, I proceed. And this is something that I could see being reused. I could see even creating an annotation of no space, and I could add a second point cut that I could add here, and I could throw that around all over and make sure that anytime I'm taking a string that shouldn't have any white space, I could add that in. And so those are some of the things I modularized. I didn't find a ton to put into aspects. I thought about doing the notify property changed in aspect. I don't think I really got time. But that's my assignment 3. And I hope you like it. I have the mouse working, and I think I have the mouse highlighted this time to see how that works. So let me know if you liked it. Anyway, thank you. This is my assignment.